All right, we're back. So the day after Christmas, huh? Um, I had all sorts of problems yesterday with this game, and it was not good. But it's only specific airplanes. Like I said yesterday, I had issues with what was it? I believe it was Airbus 321, Airbus 310, and I believe 737. It was one of those three airplanes. Um, Hopefully, Asobo will fix that. Because I do want to fly those airplanes. But I have no issues with my beloved CJ4, and that's fine. I can fly CJ4. And that's what we're gonna do. As long as my CJ4 is working, I don't know. I guess this plane has grown uh, onto me. It's like I feel like you know what? I think it's best just to fly one plane, and that's what I'm doing. I just want to fly a one plane. I don't want to, because if you only fly one plane, then you get adjusted to it. You know where everything is. It's just it's like imagine switching between so many cars, and every car, yeah, has the same principle, but every car it's organized differently. Like everything's differently organized in each section. It's just each car feels different and looks different. So same thing with an airplane. Would I say the CJ4 is my favorite? It is my favorite because it's a private jet. You can have people in there. It's nice and comfortable. I mean. So for me, CJ4, it's my favorite plane. Let me go inside. Let me. I want to turn on the lights and everything. I just want to show you. We're not doing cold and dark here because it takes a while. I might do that on a live stream. Let me just turn on everything. If you want to turn on everything, just hold the R1 and directional button down like this. But you have to do it at the same time. You have to hold it for like 2 seconds. There you go. So you have to hold it and then press the directional button down. So basically, you hold the hold on, man. I can't see for shit. Hold on. You hold the R1 button. You hold it and then you press directional button down. That's what you do. All right, let's turn on the lights. Lights right over here to like 75%. Let's get the lights over here. There's the lights over here. Let's turn it on. These are cabin lights. See it over there? It's already turned on. Turned on. I think everything's turned on. Yeah. Did I? Cabin lights on. Cabin lights. Yeah. It's all turned on. And it's really nice, man. It really is. Like, especially when you sit here. So this is why I love this plane. It's just such a luxury. I guess this is like a kitchen area. You can open this up and make some coffee or some sandwiches, drinks. It's like a little mini bar. So while you're traveling in here, you can sit here and eat. It's just such a great airplane, especially like once the PlayStation VR 2 comes out, right? Once they start rolling out the PlayStation VR 2 update, which I can't wait, and then that's one of the main reasons why I got this, on a PlayStation. It's because of the PlayStation VR 2. Um, well, it's not just that. It's because I don't have the Xbox anymore, so, and I don't feel like paying, $30 for Game Pass just to have access to this game. So, but one of the main reasons why I have this on PlayStation, actually, it's two reasons. I know I already said this, but for people who don't know, I'll give you those reasons. I got it for two reasons. Number one, PlayStation VR 2, which I still have. PlayStation VR 2 and PlayStation VR 2. Trust me when I tell you. Once you put it on, you'll never put it down. Okay, I said it again. Once you put it on, you'll never put it down. It's going to be that kind of an experience. All right. And the CEO of Asobo already said it's a hot shit. That means wait till you see it. So to be able to put on a VR headset, PlayStation VR 2 headset, the best headset, and then to sit here and enjoy, right? And then maybe they'll do a cockpit share, and then I can invite Shuki, my friend Shuki, to join me. And then Shuki could sit there and we could chit chat. We can talk about whatever. We can put on the autopilot while we're flying, right? And we can just sit here and enjoy. Just think about, the possibilities with the PlayStation VR 2. So there's two reasons. But number one reason that I've got this, because some of you have asked me this, is of course PlayStation VR 2. And it's right here. I mean, because I know you guys want people want proof for everything these days, man. It's this thing. This thing right here. This I mean, this is the main attraction, is this. So that's the one of the reasons, which is the main reason, is this. The second reason is PlayStation Portal. Why? Well, to be able to chill out and kick back on my bed or in my living room or whatever, and just fly on a PlayStation Portal. So to switch back between PlayStation VR 2 and PlayStation Portal, it's pretty awesome. So I have two reasons why I've got this. But the main reason is, of course, the PlayStation VR 2. Let's be honest. That was like the main attraction for me. It's just I'm a little bit disappointed that Asobo is still having issues with some of these planes, and it's just disappointing because I really thought after 1 year of development and updates, you would think that at least their default lineup of airplanes would be working properly, and for the most part they do, but not all of them. As you saw yesterday, I had issues with 737, with Airbus 310, and what other airplane? 737. Oh, and 321. I'm sorry, Airbus 321. So 321, Airbus 310, and then 737, Boeing 737. 47 Boeing was fine. This one is fine. So, But in terms of graphics, it looks great. I mean, it's 30 FPS, but it looks good. It looks great, And I know that they're going to patch all of this stuff up, and I don't want to rehash and talk about something that I already talked about. All I'm simply saying, like I said on the video yesterday, why is this like always happening? Like, why can't we have a final product, man? Like, after 1 year of them working on this game, developing, updating this game. You think by now, you think everything should be hunky dory, right? It should be good to go. That's my whole point. I'm not trying to be, some kind of a hard ass, and I know it's this is a huge undertaking. This game, I'm not sitting here saying, "Ooh, this is easy." Nothing, it's easy, man. All right, I'm not sitting here saying that. But what I'm simply saying is, like, why is this always happening? Like, why can't we have a final product? Like, you know, the best way to have a final product, as I said yesterday, it's by having an open beta, man. If you had an open beta for 1 year, and if you let people test the PlayStation 5 version for 1 year, I'm telling you right now, you wouldn't have any hiccups, you wouldn't have any mishaps. But the reason you have these mishaps is because you overlooked certain things. Who is going to check everything? Well, the community. Community will let you know, hey, and they're doing it for free. You don't have to pay us. We're doing it for free. We'll let you know, hey, this is an issue. You have an issue with this plane. You have an issue with this. You have an issue with that. So open beta is the key to everything. If you want your product to be a well-oiled machine, do an open beta. And I don't understand why these developers are so hesitant. Any developers are so hesitant to do that. But anyway, that's just my advice on that. But other than that, everything else is good. No complaints here. 1440p, 30 FPS. I don't know about the PS5 Pro version. I'm sure they can squeeze a little higher resolution on PS5 Pro with a PSSSR pisser, but I don't have the PS5 Pro, so I can't talk about it. I might purchase a PS5 Pro next year for this game, and for the PlayStation VR 2, mainly for the PlayStation VR 2, to take the advantage of PlayStation VR 2. Whenever I'm able to buy it next year. I don't know when, but we'll see. I don't have a crystal ball, but we'll see. But there's nothing wrong with the base PS5, runs just fine. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's go and take off really quick. I just felt like I needed to say a few words about this game. Let's give you my proper first impression. Because I couldn't give you first impression yesterday because you've seen what happened. All right, let's take the tablet. Let's just go to the flight planner. Let's just configure, bring the passengers in. All right. Seats, how many seats? Co-pilot. I think it's 6 people can sit. So technically, you can have 6 people plus your co-pilot. That's 7 people. And if you want to count yourself, that's 8. So I really love it. Load immediately, and there it is. There she is. Alright, so the only thing left to do is the ATC, and she'll do her thing. I need to give her some more light. There they are. I think it's not a full house. I think I forgot to load up a few more people, but that's okay. We don't need to have a full house. We can just have a little bit of people here. It's fine. You know what? Let's have a full house. Let's see. Well, it's 6 people. I mean, it's... I don't know. You see, this is what I'm talking about. It works. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. You know, that's what I was saying about the Asobo. When it works is great. See, I selected 6 people. And how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But why there's... Oh, I see. I see what's going on. Let me do a quick fill. There you go. 100%. Let's just do that. Yeah, 100%. I didn't know you can do that. There you go. That's even better. Now we're full house. There we go. We got the full house. Full house. Everybody's in. We got the lights. We got all the lights turned on. Everything's turned on. Nice. What else we gotta do? Well, let's just make sure that everything, the dimming, I want to make sure it's dimmed nicely. 70%. Safety, logo, taxi. Alright, so now it should look really good. If we go outside, you'll see we got the lights, we got the beacon lights. Things good. See. Things looking good. You know, there's something else I forgot to do. I forgot to select, go to camera, and this is something I would really suggest that you guys do. To adjust your zoom down to like 20, 26, because you don't want it to be zoomed in too much. Free look speed, bring it up to like 54. Cockpit camera, wide angle. Third person view. Where's the third person view? Trying to find a third person view. Yeah, I don't see the, hold on. I think it's advanced option. Oh yeah, it's advanced. Advanced. It's under the advanced option. Allow the third person view. You want this because it's cool. you know, how do you press the third person option? You basically hold. Well, you press this. You press the what you call it? The PlayStation mouse thingy. What you call this? The touchpad. The touchpad. Yeah, the mouse touchpad. Yeah, this touchpad. You touch it. So you can switch between first person, third person, first person, third person. And I like the ability to switch between first person, third person, and then you can run by pressing the trigger. All right, let's get inside the aircraft, shall we? You see, the zoom is much better now. I mean, the zooming out. See, I zoomed out nicely over here. So, you see, zooming out like this gives me a much better field of view. And that's what I was saying. Like, you want to make sure that you zoom out as much as possible so you can have a much better field of view. Actually, as a matter of fact, I would zoom out even more. I would go to the camera and I would just, where is it? You want to make sure you do all of this so that way you can have a great experience. Let's bring it down to 24. You can also adjust the height, horizontal position of height. You want to go out a little bit higher, like to 60, right? See, it's much better now. And I got a nice field of view. And you want to have that nice field of view. You don't want to zoom in too much. That's the whole idea, to have that nice field of view. So when you turn around, when you look around, you can see your co-pilot, you can see your passengers, and you got a nice field of view. You want to work on this. You want to get all of this stuff sorted out so that way you can have a really good experience. You can see everything, This is very important stuff. These are all tips that I'm giving you, This is how I usually play. And then, ATC, you press the R1 and the left thumbstick. That's how you do that. And when you press the R1 and the left thumbstick, then you get this little circular thingy. And on the top, you can see the display, and you can select your, ATC. ATC should be right here on the communication. So all we have to do now is just request the taxi to depart straight out.
Massage ground, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra with uniform. Request taxi for takeoff, departing straight out.
And you can see your co-pilot is talking now. You can see her blah, blah, blah.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
You don't have to do anything. She'll do everything for you. That's the whole idea of the AI ATC. And then, of course, you can close the ATC because you don't need it right now because, you already have her doing everything that needs to be done. All you need to do is just tune in to the... hold on. 127 Frequency. There you go. And we're good to go now. I don't need any, pushback because I can make a U-turn here. I can go around here. So it's all good. Let's also zoom in on our airplane, like outside zoom in. Like these are the things you need to do. Once you do this, you'll never have to worry about it. It'll remember it. You want to make sure you do all of this stuff, that it's ready for you. So this is cockpit camera. You need the external camera, which would be, hold on, right here. It's manual. Okay, zoom speed. Uh, Let me see. Let's bring the zoom to like that. 65. Also bring it down to like 65. Bring everything to like 65. There we go. See, now it's a little bit faster. And it's zoomed in a little bit, Hold on. Let me see something. Let me see. POV, manual. Yeah, leave it at 65. Yeah, like zoom speed, external. Yeah, it's a little bit faster, so it's all good. This is fine. Yeah, these are the settings I need. As far as the zoom, let's bring it down to like 20. Free look speed. Let's bring it down to like 65. All right, this is great now. The reason I'm showing you all of this because I want you to see what my settings are and what I'm using. See, it's much better now. It's 30 FPS, but it's smoother. And you see I got a nice field of view. Right? And now I can move around much quicker and faster. Right? So these are the things you want to do. You want to make sure you get all of this stuff ready and adjusted and ready to go. Because you want to have all your settings already saved and memorized, so that way when you decide to fly again, you don't have to adjust anything. Everything's already saved to the presets that you are, you know, using to your preference. Hopefully this helps, what I'm trying to show you here. And see how like I have a much better field of view. I can see everything. I don't need to like zoom in to look at anything. Everything's there where I needed it to be. I can look around, I can look at her, and so now we can go ahead and safely depart to do a departure. Brakes off. We can start going in. See, I got a nice field of view. So these are the tips that I'm giving you guys. Everybody can, have their own preferences. I'm not here like to tell you what your preferences should be. Everyone has their own preferences. I'm just letting you know what my preferences are, and then, maybe you want to copy my preferences. I don't know. That's up to you. But this is what I recommend. And I love that I have everything adjusted now, so that way I don't have to worry about anything. Anytime I want to go fly, right? All of my settings are already presetted, adjusted, and ready to go. And I love that. Because that's the whole idea, right? To have everything ready. So, you see this field of view? How nice is this, right? You have all of this field of view now. You can see everything. You don't have to like zoom in, zoom out. Because that's the whole idea of a flight. You want to have a good flight. You want to make sure everything's ready so you can enjoy yourself and fly. As John Wick would say, so you can enjoy yourself and fly. Yeah. Yeah. What? Yeah, believe it or not, I got stung by a bee. Yeah. I got stung by a bee. I was doing some landscaping work, around the house, cutting some grass and trimming some, bushes and trim around the bushes, and the bee stung me. There's a beehive, and I got stung by a bee. But you know what? You know what I said to the bee? All you're doing is giving me honey, so I win. Anyway, look, the bees protecting their honey. It is what it is. All right, let's continue. Yo, it's so much better now, right? Nice field of view. You can look at the passengers. You can look at everything. Beautiful view. Field of view is everything, man. Yo, what's going on over here? Yo, 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 yo. Are you kidding me? Are these guys gonna move away? Yo. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, we'll just go around these guys. Like, this is ridiculous. Gotta be kidding me. Wait, where's my line? What's going on? Let me turn on the radio. What's happening? Runway 24B, but I don't see. I know where it is. It's right here. I got it. I just don't know why I don't see the, you know, those blue lines anymore to show me where to go. I think it's this way. I think it's on the right. Yeah, it's on the right. I love this field of view. This is so great. I can see everything much, much better now. I can see my passengers over there. I can see my co-pilot. Let's stay in this lane right here. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. There we go. You see how much better this field of view is? This is great. Now, if you have an ultra-wide, see, this is the beauty about the ultra-wide screen, is that field of view. See, like right now I have this field of view. I can see everything. So that's why you need to zoom out as much as possible. I don't know how some people can play with so, like, zoomed in, you know, it's like, seriously. All right, we're ready to go. We need a clearance. We are at our destination. 24, right? It said 24, didn't they? Yeah, runway 24. All right, so And then contact tower on 127. I am on a 27. So what now, dude? I'm at the what's going on, dude? Is ATC broken? Dude, I'm at 24. B, right? Yeah. I'm on a runway 24. What's the deal, dude? Anyway, I think the ATC is broken. You see how much better this field of view is, man. Look at this. This is much, much, much better. You can see it. You just need to turn around your thumbstick. You can see your passengers. You can see your instruments. You can see your co-pilot. It's much, much better. All right, let's take off. I mean, I need a clearance, but the ATC is now working. ATC is now working properly. The ATC radio is now working. You see, this is what I'm saying. I love this game, but I only love it when it works. When it works, it's all great. But the problem is, most of the time, it doesn't work. See how much better this is? You get a nice field of view. Smooth as a butter. See, the radio stopped working. It doesn't work. Let's select the altitude. 15,000 feet. There you go. It's over speeding. Alright, we're good now. Slow down the speed. You can turn off this warning sound if you want to. I usually turn it off. Like, because it's annoying. Just because I'm overspeeding a little bit, you know, I would recommend that you turn it off because, yeah, I'm aware I'm overspeeding, but that's okay. I can see what speed I'm going, you know. I don't need this stupid sound to tell me, you know. So what I usually do is like warning, yeah, I just yeah. I'm sorry. I just don't need this annoying crap. So I just turn it off. That's it. I want to have a pleasant experience, you know. That's the whole idea. You see, right now, with this field of view, I can just turn my thumbstick left and right and look around, and it's a much better experience. And don't forget to also adjust your exposure. The exposure. Hold on. Your exposure right here. Bring it to 75. Because at night, you know, you want to be able to see everything. You know, I don't want stuff to be too dark, you know. So 75, 0.75 is where I want to be. Look at that. Much better now, right? Much better field of... you got field of view and a great detail for you to see where you're going. Huh? Excellent. This is what I want to see. You got a nice field of view over there too as well. You can see everything better now. You can see your passengers, the whole thing. So all of these tips that I'm giving you, all of these settings, I think you will have a much better experience, you know. So you can enjoy this flight simulator in the best way possible. To me, zooming out field of view is very important. The exposure, it's only at night, you know, because it gets very dark in some areas. So you want to be able to see everything. See, now we can see everything. It's much better. Let's see. All right, well, there we are. I know this video is long, but I really felt like I like needed to talk more about it. Yes, we are.
Center. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna C25C, 4 miles north of Charlie Papa Tango 9.
Now it's working.
Request flight following.
This is why you can't trust AI. This is exactly why you cannot trust AI, artificial intelligence.
Squawk 5604, Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
You want to be dependent on AI?
X-Ray Golf Sierra. Radar contact 6 miles northeast of Charlie Papa Tango 9er, 4100. Altimeter tree 02 tree.
Roger, Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
You see? This is why you cannot be dependent on AI. This is what I was talking about. This is exactly the reason why. See? So, how do I look at this video? This video is more like it's like a two-part video. My first impressions and giving you some tips on my preference. I think I'm going to call this my preference. Tips and my preference. So if you want to use these preferences, it's up to you. But these are my preferences. So everything I showed you here, all the settings and everything, it's really, this is something that I use to make it more enjoyable experience. So hopefully this will help you. You see, with that exposure to 0.75, we have a much better, look and detail, on our passengers, on everything. It just looks better. Because I want the whole experience to be smooth. Yeah. So when I come back to my seat, I can just turn my thumbstick, look at the passengers, look at my co-pilot, everything. I can adjust the lights if I need to over here. Everything's at my disposal here. So it just makes the experience more enjoyable. I can see my throttle, Again, you guys can use any preference you want to use. That's fine. Maybe this video will give you some idea on what you can do, what type of settings there are. And maybe some of you will try these settings and maybe you will enjoy it. Maybe you'll say, well, I love the idea of field of view to look around. I love the idea of a co-pilot AI doing all the ATC work for me. I love the idea of making sure that my exposure brightness at night, it's a little bit higher so I can see better at night. Because there's going to be areas, dude, when you're in the middle of nowhere and everything's going to be pitch black. So you don't want it to be too pitch black. As a pilot, man, you got to be able to see. You got to be able to see everything, So, see, now I can see much better at night. I have a much better view. Even when it's pitch black here, I can tell the horizon. I can tell the clouds and, the horizon and the stars and the clouds and all that. So, that's the whole idea. To have a good view, clean view, so you can see. We're going to take a little higher altitude, just a little bit. Just to show you like how good this brightness is and the exposure and how well you can see at night. You see, like right there in the distance, everything looks good. Everything looks great. You can clearly tell where the roads are. You can clearly tell where the clouds are, where the horizon is, where the stars are, where the sky is and the stars at night. And this is my favorite part. You look around. Nice. Thing looks nice. I can adjust my lights if I need to, right? Bring it down a little bit if I need to. Same thing for my co-pilot. And I can do all of this while moving left and right. with my thumbstick, because now I have a much better field of view. See? Now it looks much better. So everything's at my disposal. I can also see my... This is good for a controller, because I think majority of you will be using a controller. So that's why I'm giving you these tips, you know, because I know you will be using a controller. So when you start using a controller, you know, with a controller, it's hard to constantly zoom in, zoom out, move here, move there. You want to make sure when you are playing this on your couch or in your bed, whatever, that everything's already ready for you. Everything's there. So you got a nice field of view. Everything is where it needs to be, right? And that's what I mean. Even like, look how fast I can like move around. Look at this. Look how fast I can move around. Check that out. And that's what I want. I want to be able to move fast. Check everything. Look here. Check the passengers, right? Check whatever I need to check. Check the bathroom, right? Open the bathroom door. Make sure. Yeah. It's good. Do we need a light at the bathroom? Hold on. Not sure. There's plenty of light in the bathroom. We good. Hold on. Let me get back. See how quickly I can come back? See how quickly I can come back? Just like that. Get back to my seat over here. I can even look at my tablet. See, everything is at my disposal. Easy. Easy for me to see what I need to see. Look around. Look back. I love these settings. I really do. They're excellent settings. There's also speed brake. I can adjust my speed brake if I need to like 25%. There we go. Like that. Keep it smooth. Much better. Smooth as the butter. You see the exposure of brightness and light much better now. See, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm sorry that this video is long, you know, I don't really I don't like purposely want to make these videos long, but I think there's a reason why they're long. And I think my friend Shuki will agree with me. I know he will. He understands. Shuki understands why I make these videos long. Because there's so much I want to tell you. There's so much I want to talk about here. And I can't just make a video like 10, 15, 5, 10 minutes. I mean, I could, but those videos will be boring. You know, because I'm not going to be able to tell you much. It's so much better now. Got a nice field of view, everything. Yeah, you see? I can just move my thumbstick left and right, see everything that I need to see. How awesome is that? Alright, well there you have it, guys. I hope this video helps you out. For those of you who are thinking about buying a PlayStation version and you know you're going to be using a controller, I think these settings will help you. Honestly. And another thing I would say, just fly a one plane. Just get used to flying a one plane, because it's better. It's better that way. It's a much more enjoyable experience. When you start switching back and forth between different airplanes, then you're not used to those airplanes. I prefer just to fly one airplane, and that's CJ4. And I told you why I like CJ4. I have my reasons. I think I said it earlier, because passengers and luxury, the ability, to have this luxury here and all these people sitting here, passengers, make some coffee and make some sandwiches, whatever. Here, it's my kind of a private jet. Alright, well, thank you for watching. This is at night, obviously. And I think it's important that I did this video at night so you can see like how important it is to have the exposure brightness be a little bit higher. Because there are going to be, parts of the world where it's going to be pitch black, So you want to be able to see the horizon properly and everything. Alright, well, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm just a little bit disappointed by Asobo. I really expected them to not to have any mishaps and bugs. Look, it's only 3 planes. It's not, I don't want to make a big deal out of it. What I'm simply saying is there shouldn't be any excuses. I mean, those are default airplanes from Asobo, and you had plenty of time, Asobo, to double check to make sure that everything's hunky-dory, But I'm sure they will patch it up. I'm sure they will fix it. My whole point was, on the previous video, why does this always happen? Why do we always have to have these mishaps, man? Well, can't we have a game that it's running properly and smoothly? Like I said, not a big deal, I thought the video was funny. I thought those videos was funny. I was doing a little bit of a disclosure Spielberg comedy, with that voice, alien language. Alright, well, there you have it. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. Mine was great. I got a gift from a bee. I got stung by a bee. That was my Christmas gift. That was my honeybee Christmas gift. Anyway, there you have it. I apologize for the video being long. Hopefully this video will help some of you, give you some, better perspective on the tips and preferences that I'm using, on this plane. Hopefully this will help you out. These settings, I think these settings are excellent. Just look, man, you can see everything. Everything's at your disposal. You can see everything. Nice field of view, man. That's the whole idea, to be able to see everything. Especially when you're on a controller, Same thing here. To be able to see in the dark when it's pitch black, you can see much better. You can see the clouds formation in the distance and the horizon, right? All of this is, something that I believe will help you out to have a much better experience when you are first starting with Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is really for the beginners, for those of you who, I'm not talking about the veterans. The veterans don't care. They already know. They have their own preference. I'm talking about those of you who just finally got a flight simulator, because let's say you're somebody who never played a flight simulator because you've been just on a PlayStation your entire life. All you know is PlayStation. and now finally you get a taste of, you know, a flight simulator, and now it's your first time playing it. So it's really meant for those of you that it's the first time you playing this, and that's really for whom this video is, you know. All right, thank you guys. Happy holidays, and I will see you on the next video and the next live stream. You know, I've been busy, like I said, guys. I've been pretty busy. When I'm going to be streaming, maybe tonight. Look, if I'm tired, man, if I'm like super tired, maybe late at night after I get some sleep, you know, like the witching hours, you know, like Saturday morning. But tonight, I don't know, man, I'll probably be super tired, you know. But anyway, thank you for watching. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next video, and most likely on the next live stream. Make sure you click the bell notification so you don't miss the live stream. I hate to see you guys come to the end of the live stream. Click the bell notification. When you, I promise you, if you click the bell notification, it will let you know that Mr. 4K is streaming. It will let you know. But if you don't click on that bell notification, you will never know. Okay? So make sure you do that. All right? Thank you for watching. God bless. Happy holidays. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Thank you. Love you guys. Be good.